Davis, and the team's will to just win, baby. The torch is lit before every game inside of Allegiant Stadium, as these fans hope it indeed drives their Raiders to victory in Vegas. Straight ahead, it's an AFC intra-conference contest between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Las Vegas Raiders. Leading the Jaguars sideline, head coach Liam Cohen. His side should be coming in with some fresh legs after their bye last week. Running the show across the field, the head coach of the Raiders. This guy's also coming off a bye, so no rest advantage for either team in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt with you, hoping there's a good one in store for all of us. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. They're brought out by the fifth-year man out of Clemson. Hard to believe it's year 5, isn't it, Brock? Former #1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
Sure feels like the bye week came at a perfect time for him and his team as well. Right smack dab in the middle of the season, giving everybody some time to rest, recharge mentally, and really get yourself energized, Kate, to attack the rest of this regular season, starting with this contest.
And his first pass falls incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And now it's second down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. That is caught. It's Travis Hunter. Stop up at, say, the 34-yard line there. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First down, Jaguars.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. They go play action. Lawrence. And he's just going to huck this one into about low C there. And some lucky fan going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Back to the air, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and clear. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
After the sack, let's see what the offense does here. Second and 18 coming up. Now toss it to Etienne. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be third and longer. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
Lawrence facing third and long. Oh, he's going to run for it. Rolling into enemy territory. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. He's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
He finds him beyond the bunker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got first and 10 now from the 35. Etienne gets it on the draw. And they were waiting for him on that draw, weren't they? They get him behind the line. That's going to bring up second down.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Offense to the line for second down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Here comes the screen for Etienne. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
They kick the running back in motion. Third down, Lawrence to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed third down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
A 48-yard attempt.
Little knocks it through. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
I'm going to call that one a little tester, Kate. Kind of like a 5 to 8 foot putt. You really hope to make all of them, but you know, over the course of the season, you won't. In that case, it went right through.
On now is Cook to kick this away. To return, here's Raheem Mostert. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. So out had the Raiders for their first possession. And amidst the veterans, it's this rookie quarterback leading them out.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
It's the first carry for the rookie out of NC State. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Back-to-back carries here. He dodged the tackle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Vegas first down.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game, and that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with the twist, and head the other way for a big run.
Going to the ground again on first. And no repeat success of that last run as he only is able to get back to the line on this play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door, a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. They'll go play action. Bucket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kid, all the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroyed that play, they destroyed drives. Well done, defense.
Here he goes, third and long. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're staring at fourth and long. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And a fair catch made here at the 17. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's first and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up second and 2.
That run may not have gotten you a first. Sure, nice little run to set the table.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes second and 1. Etienne again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. There could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the first down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Has him on a quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. They go right back to Etienne. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Got his man. Thomas has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Here's Etienne on 1st down. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Throw is caught. He's still going at the 30. Keeps it moving. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars stretch their early lead to 9. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move.
Man, this Raider defense every week, man, just every week. They put this team in such a deep hole every week, man. And Rex has to bail them out.
Now is Cook to kick this away. Trey Tucker to return it. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. The Raiders and their quarterback ready to take over once again.
I like Kate Scott. He's an uneventful effort. I like her.
Leader in touchdown passes. The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Back to the well again. And he gets a nice chunk, looks like about 5. It's going to be 3rd down.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They'll throw 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. A.J. Cole on to punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike.
Sets up 4th down.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. On the ground to begin this drive with ETN. Allen continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Man in motion, out of the slot. Now it's Lawrence. Completed over the middle. It's a small gain up to the 38. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. Once it's hit, the ball is loose. And this is going to be Raiders football.
Hey, a normal old stop with 3rd down just wasn't good enough for this crew. Nope, they had to rip the ball away from them literally in an impressive and dominant play that sets their offense up for success.
Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Another kick bounces off their hands in the end zone, Brock. Back-to-back chances to escape the field, and they dropped both interceptions. Going again on 2nd. He's looking deep once again. And he's got it. Touchdown. But there's a flag down. Might be defensive, though. I think this touchdown should stand. They waited a little extra second there, didn't they? Maybe a little bit of a talk to the other sideline, Brock, before they declined that call. That touchdown's going to stand.
All good and love in football. just a good little penalty taunt.
Point after from Carlson is up and gone. And the Raiders cut it to a field goal game. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
This defense could not make a bigger statement out of the gate with this game. Man, the lead up to a ball game, trash talk. Right things said in the paper, bulletin board material, whatever it is. This defense took something personal, Kate, and they are taking it out on this quarterback.
He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core. Football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
On 3rd and 2, here's Lawrence. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 4th and short. And we love the effort on that return as he gets him all the way up beyond the 40. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Ooh, put some air under this one, right side. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Third and long for him here. It's complete. This is Bowers. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first. Markers reset. Ball at the 37.
37-yard line.
Sticking to the air here. Got a man. It's Dante Thornton Jr. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
That's another Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he's in. Touchdown!
Woo! What a pass! And what a catch! And what a read!
So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
Well, they did their due diligence, took another look at it, and the call on the field will stand after review. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield stripe. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. 14-10 our score. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're looking at first down here. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's got it. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends would get you.
On second down, it's Etienne. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with third down and 3.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Back to throw on third down. We've got a screen to the running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Out of the gun, a give to Etienne. His charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. It's him on the in route. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it. Third down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Lawrence here running the sneak. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. Did not like what he was seeing, Bronson. He's just going to hurl this one away. No luck on first down. Here's second and 10. Throwing from the gun here. And this is caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a second quarter lead. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars push their lead to 3. On now is Cook to kick this away. Mostert on the return. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. The Raiders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. Raiders just about ready for this one. And it's first and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Completed to his running back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Short pass brought in. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield strike block as he's set out. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. To the line and set. Here we go, first down. They're throwing it. He's going deep! And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Brought in. And it looks like he's going to be marked just a little shy of that first down. Ball at the 41, 3rd and short.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down. Still sticking with the passing game. Getting out to his left. Now he takes it. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Not in a time crunch just yet, but they're hurrying to the line anyway.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
2nd down, looking for options. That one connects. He has the touchdown. The Raiders take a 2nd quarter lead. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games. This sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead.
Jaguars 17.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Fielded at the 7. Escapes the defender. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. First call here coming from the shotgun. Trying it right side with Etienne. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
And he's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. Off the play action, it's Lawrence. Dumped off to his running back. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Raiders closing in, and down he goes. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're in a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. Logan Cook on the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. The Raiders ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll come out throwing. That's complete to the back, Ashton Jency. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4.
It's up at number 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. Catch is made in close. Touchdown! The Raiders now lead by 10. And that is his 3rd touchdown catch. Certainly enough to call this a very good game for him. And we're still in the opening half, so what else might he accomplish before we're done here? Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11.
Raiders 28, Jaguars 17.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return starts at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Now we give to ETN running right. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mocked up, too.
And that's got to be so frustrating for him. I mean, you're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat. But the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Lawrence working from the gun. Oh, he shovels it forward, complete. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. It's a pickup of 11, and that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. Motioning him from the slot right. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Give him 32 on that play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
It's a gain of 32. First down, Jacksonville.
Running it here with ETN. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. Little nod, little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Now it's Lawrence. He's got Thomas on the slant. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
It's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a 3rd one's coming at some point. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Tucker now on the return. Jukes away from one. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Raiders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And the The drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
He's dropping back to throw. That one's complete, right side. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop it. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Trying to work quickly now.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 41-yard line.
Takes the second down snap. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Setting up to throw. For big yards on the right side. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Caught by his back. He's out of bounds. Looks like right around the 5-yard line, partner. So they're going to be set up with 1st and goal. And with a half of football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Got to think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go. And he's got a free play here. Has it down close. And he goes out of bounds as now we're going to hear from our referee. We both saw the defender jump there before that snap. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still 1st down.
So now, following the penalty, here's 1st and goal. Blackshear. So they limited a yard following the penalty. We've got 2nd and 4. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders pushing for a bigger lead before halftime. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal.
Come on.
They'll go play action. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders grow their lead just before halftime. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all, at this point, expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders lead by 15 now. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Has this at the 6. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. Second and manageable. He's throwing. Caught, nice gain left side. There he goes again. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars could make it a one-score game as they cut it to 9 before half.
I got to say, with the type of throw that took, and then where he made that catch, it had taken all 11 defenders and maybe a couple extra from the sidelines to keep.
Man, Raiders defense is terrible, man. This is ridiculous.
That touchdown.
On is Little for the extra point. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. A costly unforced error, and they get flagged for roughing the kicker. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. Trying to find his tight end. So 2nd down coming up.
Second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
19 right. Cougar 19.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
To throw here on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
He's out of bounds behind the line, so that's going to add a couple yards on to this 3rd down.
This is one of those plays, Kate. I could just hear defensive buzzwords. Pursuit, effort, run him down. Just a total effort defensively to knock that running back right out of bounds and put a negative yardage mark on the stat sheet.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12.
19 Tiger, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Warrior 70. Ready.
3rd and long for him here. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. From the left hash, a 40-yard look. Carlson's kick is good. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
What a season this guy's having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. We dodge the tackle. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Jaguars headed out on offense late in this 1st half. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They're probably going to try to get this into field goal range, trying to trim that lead. 1st and 10. It's Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line.
It's 3rd down.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
The Raiders have their offense back out there. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they might be able to put a little something together here. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. He is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Catch made. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Offense with an enviable spot to be in, 2nd and inches.
Here we go. Cowboy 80. Check smash. Check smash. Check 50. Check 50.
Back to throw. He put everything he had into this one. Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Greg Newsome has it.
Their first pick of the game comes in an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
All right, no more excitement here in this first half. He kneels this one down. Both teams head to the locker room. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hansen. Scott?
Our look at the NFL starts now. In the Steel City, it's the Steelers at home to take on Indianapolis. Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Hope you all had a happy and safe Halloween. Thanks to those of you who dressed up as the Octobox or the Witching Hour for the holiday. But the calendar now reads November, so let's get into the highlights. And it's Aaron Rodgers looking good. He'll locate Calvin Austin. Next up, Lambeau Field. Let's look in on the Packers. They're playing host to the Carolina Panthers. And it's the third-year man, Bryce Young. He's going to look deep and find his receiver. 30-yard touchdown. The Panthers finish off the first half of the season with a victory to move them to 5-4 on the season. Got one more to show you right now. Let's go to Foxborough. It's the Patriots taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And when you've got a running back like this, just let him do his thing. Bijan Robinson. He gets past the first wave of the defense, and the race is on. The Falcons win their 2nd straight as they get the victory here. A look now at the rest of the scores around the NFL as we reach the halfway point of the regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Tucker now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. The Raiders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Dump off, caught by his back. Across the 45 and still going. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Back now, pressure coming. Has it in close. And on first down, only gets about a yard here, and the defender there to force him out. 8 yards to go, and let's see how they approach this second down. Running this one left. Escapes the defender. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to it. Gets it to the 15. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime.
And that right there is why you continue to feed a running back. Definitely the most we've seen him do with any touch this game. And that's exactly what the doctor orders.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders push their lead to 18. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 6. This makes it up to the 25. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. They've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. On the run, it's ETN. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who've got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, Brock, they haven't been immune to the injury bug this season, but somehow, someway, their losses on the depth chart have yet to lead to a loss on the field.
Yeah, and to me, Kate, this is really 2 things. This is good coaching and great attitude. They've stayed level-headed, and they've refused to panic whenever someone's gone down. That next man-up mentality. And that's how they've stayed undefeated so deep into this season.
The Jaguars in a punt formation. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw to start the drive. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. It's like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
The give here on 2nd. And they are all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Danger, danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
They're set up at the 35 now. They give it to him again. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Viking 18.
Giving this to Genty. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Hey, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll run now on second down. And we might be close to this lead blown again. That play gives them a first and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going jumbo set on this first and goal.
Let's go now.
Another carry for him. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put two tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Try and get that one to Brock Bowers. And now they're left with third and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
18, pioneer. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Here he goes, third and long. And it's incomplete on third and goal. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that forces them to fourth and goal. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown. And you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
So the offense staying on the field from a bit of a distance here. They're going for it on fourth and goal.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Back to throw, needs the end zone. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers, and it's been done less than 50 times in league history. Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Fields this one at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. This has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Has the downfield work in the left. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Cut out left. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Jaguars first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Hey, Ron!
From the red zone on 1st. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. On his Little for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Jaguars make it an 18-point game.
Jaguars 34.
Come on. Hey! 70, Kimber with tracking 60. Let's go.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty.
Defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still first down.
Here we go.
First down, play action. He's trying to push the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Shotgun snap, they'll throw. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Greg Newsome on the coverage defensively.
Pass play coming here. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Throwing it again here. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long.
60 boxes, 60 boxes.
They'll throw it. They're in trouble now, and the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And they don't get much after recovering the fumble, so a near turnover ends in a loss of yards. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. He has it at the 22. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Jaguars and Travis Hunter ready for their next look on offense. They got the job. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Caught quickly on the slant. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. If only every game could go like this for him, right? He's been fed targets, and it seems like he's not just been able to bring them in, but he's been making good things happen every time he gets that football.
I'm having Marvin Harrison flashbacks right now, Kate. Being on the sidelines, watching that guy work, and in games like this, moments like this, where you can't feed him enough, because that defense just simply has no answers.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still second down.
Hurting themselves with that delay of game, Brock. It's now 2nd and 6. They'll run here following the penalty. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. Inside the red zone. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24.
You know, Kate, there's a reason that slant route has been in playbooks, I don't know, since football began. Because if you hit that receiver on the run, on target, on time, big plays can follow.
Ready, break! Come on, come on. Hey, go!
On first down, they'll run. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down.
On the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Back to the well again. And 2nd down only works out for a yard.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Let's go.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Here he goes again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders continue piling it on here in the 4th.
We are watching a showman put on an absolute show. What a day for this running back. I think he'd be the first to tell you it's about the guys up front, receivers blocking outside, and the electricity of his legs.
First and 10 now from the 30. This play is going to be a give to Jency. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Start.
toss headed left. Again, he's got room. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Raiders keep running away with this.
We hear week after week how hard it is to run the football at the NFL level, and it is. But this guy today, he's making it look easy, and they rarely do that from the running back position.
Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They'll toss it. Genty. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going. This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
They're going play action. Going all the way to the end zone here. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders throwing 6 more on the blowout. And a lot of things Jerry Rice did we might never see equaled again, but that's what he's just done here. It's his 22nd touchdown catch of the season. That matches the career best of Rice and puts him 1 behind the NFL record. And he might want this football for his mantle, but Brock, I think the NFL's going to want this football for Canton. That catch gives him the new NFL record for receiving touchdowns in a game with 6. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
You know I love that, Kate, but you know who loved it even more? The late, great John Madden himself, the former lineman. He would have loved watching the student body get right out in front of that thing, those blockers just knocking people off the ball, and let him clear the way so that running back could show off his speed.
And he's going to have this one down to the 37. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
And it'll only take this for about a yard. It's going to be 2nd down. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders about to stay unbeaten once again. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Toss now to the short side. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for Raiders 1st. And with that run, he's eclipsed Adrian Peterson's mark of 296 rushing yards. And with it, set a new single-game benchmark for what it means to run the football well. Well, listen to this crowd. They just showed it up on the big board, Brock. He is now the single-game rushing yards record holder.
This is pretty cool, Kate. I was there in person when this record was broken the first time many, many years ago. Sean Alexander in a monsoon. To see it then, and now get to call it right here next to you in the booth.
And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Raiders are running them out of the building. So So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This
Cole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.
Halfway home. Hi everyone, Scott Hansen here, and this is your EA Sports Weekly Recap for week number 9. Plenty of action to get to. We'll begin out in Las Vegas. The Raiders at home to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this is the Raiders wideout. They're going to fire it into him on a quick slant, and it's right on time, and watch him hit the Jets. It's a catch and run of 86 yards. Touchdown. Next, let's go to Landover, Maryland, just outside the nation's capital, looking in on the Commanders as they play host to the Seattle Seahawks. And here it's the Seattle defense making the play. They force the errant throw, it's picked off, and they've got room, they've got blockers, and no one's gonna get him. Touchdown. The Seahawks had to work for it, but they win it by a field goal. One more to bring you up. Let's go to Arlington. The Cowboys hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And they go with the big man, Hunter Lipke. He'll find an opening and take it in. A 6-yard rushing touchdown. The Cowboys close out the first half of the season with a victory as they move to 6-3 on the year. And that's a wrap for this week. For all the hardworking men and women in the studio, Scott Hansen saying goodnight. We'll see you again next week right here on EA Sports.